Okay, I think we're having a little technical difficulty, so bear with us a minute. I think we'll get Mr. Kish up here shortly.
Can you hear me?
Yes, hear you now.
Yes. Yeah. Good morning, good day to you. As usual, whenever or wherever you listen to this series of Knowledge Seekers of the Keshe Foundation. Today's teaching is mainly based on follow-up of the last week. If in part of the teaching we understood or come to comprehend the process of the creation, the process of the changes in the dimension of creation. Our team in Australia have made a small recording of the last week, specifically the topic which we want to carry on with in the teaching of today in a little bit more in depth. And I would like, Rick, if you could play the recording, the part of the last week's teaching, and then we'll build on it. We'll go in more detail. Have we got the tape ready to go?
Yes, it's called A New Tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, here we go.
In the world of creation, we had the two extremes, except in the case of the Creator Amitra, where we could never bring the functionality of the soul within the functionality of physicality. We had the physicality hidden within the soul, or soul within the physicality, or in conjunction of the two, one would never have the understanding of the totality, where we could transit but exist in both directions. With the new cycle, this is what Einstein said: when you turn one atom, the other atom changes. This new dimension will blow that field which commonly exists between all the cells of the universe into that position, which means all the created things, as a gift from the Creator in a way, become able to transmute between the two dimensions. There's a reason for this, and it's taken a long time for it to be done, and it has reached its pinnacle, and it will be completed. It's already in the process of being completed. Was to take from the essence of the soul of every created things of the time, beginning of time, an essence of the creation of the soul or the center, and create a new creature which carries all the essence of the created in the new soul, which can with it go from the soul of the Creator to the soul of physicality of Mitra. This is what the whole knowledge is. The Creator is the universe, and Mitra the dimension of physicality and its behavior towards the dimension of physicality. And with a new system, every creature in the universe will have the understanding of the capability to transmute between the two. This has a lot of implication for all races in the universe, because now they all become the same. In the coming time, we will see even change in the position of galaxies, position of universes. Many systems will move due to the changes which has been brought. Man doesn't have that knowledge as such to monitor, but we'll have the knowledge to see, we'll have the time to see that with a new field, as we call it, a lot of things will move in the right position to keep that ability to change between the two. That you don't need to kill to keep the physicality going, you don't need to steal. And the soul does not need to be engaged or to escape, to be out on its own, to be able to confirm its existence. And this this process will complete very soon. That the whole of universal community will be able to have the benefit of the two, both in the dimension of energy or matter, which never existed. When we released the soul, we had to get rid of the physicality. You call it death. When we brought the soul, you had to give it the physicality, and you go through the dimension of the birth, and then you have the whole commotion of bringing the two. With a new system, both soul and the soul of physicality work together in the existence of dimension. We expect a massive change in the physical characteristics of human race in the coming century, because we change into the emotion of the physicality. The way, as I said many times, but many never understood, Indians and Pakistanis were the same, till one chose to take different kind of energy in the other one, and we see change of the feature. Now, with the balance between the soul of the man and the soul of physicality of man, many of us will change feature, without a shadow of a doubt. Man will change the faces of anger, man will change the faces of hate, man will change the face of warmongering, because we get satisfied in the field of it. And this is part of what will be and what has already started, and the completion of will be the birth of Mitra. Physical completion of birth of Mitra in a physical dimension, not in myths. And then we have the soul of the Creator, which the two will complete the cycle. And then, as I said very recently to one of my listeners, then we'll see if Adam will eat from the apple of love and giving it. And then we'll see how humanity will change. And the whole creation will change. We are at the verge of that change. Much, much closer than anybody could think of, not only a human race. From what we heard and from what we see, many of us up to now in different part of the teachings have been taught, have been informed, have been brought to see gradual process of the change of the humanity. In a hidden way, in the Keshe Foundation teachings, and in a hidden way, in introducing the enhancement units, we have started this process. We have started the process of transition from the point of living in one dimension. As you remember, when we showed the enhancement units, most of them live in two dimensions, especially the body enhancement unit. This unit is so fundamental, is so beautiful, if the humanity understand its power and its capability. When you look at the enhancement unit, what is inside, what is on the wall, is the fields of the matter state of the man, but at the same time feed back to the man in the center. Man, being the creator thing, has still become the center of creation itself, where the field of the plasma from the center feeds out, and at the same time, when the outside feeds in. In a way, the totality of the shell becomes the creator, the feeder. And then the body of the man in the center, as a matter state of physicality, becomes the receiver. That's what we call the Adam and Eve. But both live within each other, and both allow one to be part of each other to exist. In a way, we have started understanding the two dimensions, but now we can explain it in more detail. We can go into the details of understanding how it's come about, what's the process, what the purpose. When you look at the enhancement unit, it's so beautiful if you could realize the beauty of it. You see, we have many reactors sitting around and being on it. The reactors will allow the whole system to be the creator, the part of creation. The system becomes, in a way, a new dimension, a new process. And the whole structure changes, as we can see, as we understand. In that process, what we see is that you have many reactors sitting around the body of the system, as we see. And these, each one gives one and some of its fields to the body. In so many ways, we have created the love of creator within the structure of the physicality of the man. When you hear in the teachings that we bring a new dimension, where the position of the galaxies, the position of the body of the man will change, is the truth about what is to come. In the dimension of the creation, we always look at things in a different way than what we could and what we should have. When we talk about Mitra, what has happened? Why is the new cycle that all the races of the creator across the universe and universe move into the position of not consuming, but connecting? By connection, receiving what they need. When the creator created Mitra for love of his life, to have a lover, to have a partner, Mitra never took dimension of physicality. Mitra always stayed in the dimension of fields and energies of the creator, the same as the creator. In that process, when it came to understand what we call the love of the creation, Mitra over time has gone through every string of the fields of the universe, and it's taken the best of all, whatever that could be, beauty of the eye, beauty of the soul, beauty of whatever. And in that totality has brought that position of the creation of Mitra in the dimension of physicality. So when Mitra appears amongst man in the dimension of physicality, she has the beauty and the knowledge of the universe within her, which means through it, she's connected to a new dimension, that she has the power to be both in the dimension of physicality and the dimension of the soul of the creator as energy. In a way, when we introduced the vertical system a couple of weeks ago, was the beginning of the introduction and this work to change the man from the energy of the creator to the dimension of transportation to the physicality of the man in another dimension. In a way, man now has the knowledge as creator has given to him to be, as he said, I made man in the image of myself. But from now on, that image is free, it is, it will be, and shall be, even in the knowledge of the creator. This is the beauty of the very simplifying the knowledge in systems, and very much simplifying everything that every man and every creature in the universe can understand. This is what we said. When you go through space, you don't need to know the language, as you are in totality connected to every language of the universe, which the Mitra has brought and has made sure any new generation will receive the same. We have brought the knowledge of the universe in very simple systems, from man to frog leap, to jump across without going through more rigmaroles of religions and all sorts to understand Imango. In a way, mankind now has the knowledge, the same as what Creator has released across the universe. Man does not need to be educated in classrooms, and man does not be educated with anything else. The Creator is peaceful, so no being across the universe shall ever kill. In a way, when you hear in the tape, when we say that there will be huge changes in the even position of the stars and galaxies, then you will understand very clearly why and how. When we change the soul of the man, when we elevate the soul of the man to be able to interact with all the fields of the universe, would man ever kill again? As he has what he needs, access to the language, access to the knowledge of the universe, access to every energy that it guarantees his survival. Then a fundamental change, as we discussed before, will come into operation. As there is a new dimension, would the man needs a digestion system? Would the man need the mouth? Would the man needs the eye to see? Would the man need the breathing system? When it manifests itself in the dimension of physicality. And then, as the physicality of the man changes, and all the fields of the universe go through the same balance, would the galaxies will stay the same position that allows the creatures in their process of life consume other things or destroy other things. So we understand the fundamental change has started. In a way, what the Creator wanted, that the humanity to become a peaceful man, the humanity has become part of the universal community, and peace has become part of the man. For a very, very long time, we tried to change the man, to become part of, to be the essence of the Creator, by sending the messengers and by bringing scientists to make the life more comfortable for him to understand. But man has not understood. So this time round, we brought the systems that the man can see with his own eyes. This time, we have created the man of physicality in the dimension of his own physicality. If you look at the enhancement unit, what have we done? You interrupt your soul with the dimension of your physicality. Now we entrap you with a system that the dimension of the soul of physicality and the soul of the man open up. In a way, we have created a dimension which has the both the giving and taking. And we can, in a way, at a point of sending, bring all the energies to center, and at the point of delivery, to move the energies to outside to become the dimension of physicality. The essence of the creation has changed. The essence of being created has changed. And this process has started by what we call manifestation and the birth of Mitra. The evolution of the man and the universe shall start. It's not that it'll be at the click of a finger, but in that process, many things over all the fields to balance simultaneously will create the changes. When the cosmologists look into the sky and compare the skies from now in 100 years, they will see the fundamental change. We have the records of the skies in past 100 years. We've seen things, how they move, and they will see a new horizon. They will see a total change. And then in that process, all the creatures of the universe, as I said before, will have access to everything. Thy shall not kill. As thy has been given the resources of the fields and knowledge of the universe, that it only taps into what it needs at the time of the need, at the position of the need. This is why we start teaching for 5 or 10 minutes times in teachings, not like before for hours and hours. But this condensed 5 or 10 minutes is more than ever mankind could ever hope for to receive the knowledge of the creation and the creator. The new enhancement unit is the beginning of the process of introducing man to both dimensions, to eye of his own physicality. The new enhancement units, especially the vertical one, especially the body enhancement units, will bring that change. We go to mosques, we go to churches, we go to synagogues to find the elevation of our soul that might become elevated. Now, through the same system of the enhancement unit, the elevation of the soul to the parallel levels of the unicos can be attained. We don't make temples, but we make the position for the man to be. And once you are elevated, there is no need for another. But it has to be understood that man has fundamentally has to change. Man fundamentally has to bring that process of understanding of the working of his own soul, his own dimension. I do whatever I like, and then I go into the system and I'm clean. No way. Would you like, on the position of arrival, having a leg, an arm, or half of something, or half of the other thing arrives without you? As you want to arrive complete, you have to go into the system complete. Not only in the dimension of physicality, but in the dimension of the soul, in the dimension of the soul of physicality. Mankind has been taught the knowledge of the creation in past 10 years. But mankind needs to understand it. Mankind needs to comprehend what these changes mean. I'll have everything, yes, but you have the knowledge of the creation, but does not mean you can abuse the knowledge. In so many ways, not only in the process of the teaching of the man in past years, we have taught you step by step. As I said, when I teach the unicos years, many races in different positions have moved to the same level. They are moving, and there are races which are slightly ahead of this present time, but will bring you to that point in the coming time. So what we understand is that the soul of the Mitra, when manifested in the dimension of physicality, have the beauty of every single cell which has ever been created in the universe, as she spent her time to collecting the best of the essence of theirs from the center of the soul of each one. Goes back to the writing that even a stone has a soul, even an atom has a soul. And Mitra, in the essence of the fields, has gathered to every corner, has made her job to bring the best, to create when it comes that all are brought together. The mother of the physical creation in the new dimension, where the man, the creatures of the creator, can transmute between the soul and the physicality, or the plasma of the no dimension of physicality to physicality at any point in the universe. In a way, the new generation of the man will not have egg and a sperm. It will be created from the fields of the soul of the mother and the father, from the love of the two. And in the interaction of the two, as they gather the fields, the child can be born on earth in the shape of the man, can be born on another dimension in any shape or form, as it guarantees its survival. Now, man becomes truly the man of Unicos. But now we truly become what we call the dimension of the creation. And in that process, then you can have the child from the two earthly being and born in another dimension and have the shape and the dimension of the other. But this process allows the two partners to be from different races of the universe for the first time, that by releasing their fields, they can create the new child of the universe, where it will take shape according to the position, as did the child of the man, as will do the other races of the universe. In a way, this was essential to be done, that as we have seen, and man has been ignorant to it, many races became not each other's enemy, but they did not interact, because their interaction and becoming one has created a lot of other problems. With this position, with the change totally, we have said, all these, which even man is not aware of these problems in the universe, are resolved in Mongol. In a way, we allow the races of the creator to intermingle. We allow the race of the universe to understand each other. We allow the race of the universe to be able to communicate with each other, to love each other. And in a way, one of the beauties of the soul of the physicality of the man with the love of Mitra was to understand the essence of emotion of love, which does not exist in the universe. This is why Earth was chosen to be the center of the interaction of the manifestation of the physicality of the Mitra. Where man told Mitra in the essence of fields and energies what the love is, and she made sure that in that process, when she manifests herself in the dimension of physicality on this earth, she can feel, she can touch, she can be part of that essence of man's love. And this will become one of the biggest gifts mankind has ever given to the Unicos and to the Creator. The essence of loving, the essence of giving unconditionally, the essence of existing without taking. In a way, man shall never kill, as he's so busy giving that he is not concerned in what he receives. Is a condition of the true love, when one falls in love, he doesn't care or she doesn't care what is eaten or not, what is wearing or not, because to be with a lover is more important than what it carried in the dimension of physicality. In a way, with today's teaching, we bring a meaning to the essence of the work of our systems, to the work of the universe, to the creation of the Mitra, and to understanding the love of the Creator. For the first time, all races of the man will have the knowledge of the Creator, not in the image and soul, but in knowledge, in what I call the love, and in what he made him to wait so long for manifestation of Mitra, to show what we call the apple, the fruit of waiting so long for Mitra, the mother Mitra, to collect everything which was needed. You call it Eve, but Eve took her time. She traveled every corner. She made connection with every cell of the universe. And from the center of the soul of every single one, she took one string of the field, which was the strongest and the best, that he not only manifested in the dimension of the soul of the entity, but carried the essence of the creation of the entity. And collection of all these, the best, has become to be in essence the seed, the soul, the physicality of the Mitra to be manifested. Mankind will understand in a coming time how beautiful the whole process of the creation shall be, where the child from the point of inception is created out of the soul and not out of the physicality, which has no need for dimension of destroying, taking, even taking in the womb of the mother from the mother to survive. Now it works totally different way. The child lives within the womb of the mother, but its soul has been created first, which means it's part of the love of the mother. In a coming time, I'll go through this in more detail. In a coming time, mankind will see this. And this is the reason why we brought the enhancement units, for you to physically see the interaction of the two souls, the creation of the body of the man. When you look into the enhancement units, when they run, when we create the condition of the every resources available, and we put the two plasmas of the two lover in the essence of their soul, we shall see the creation of the soul. And then, while changing the fields, we shall see the creation of the physicality of the souls. The enhancement units are not there just for you to be busy with, to get rid of cancer. This is the dimension of the man. To get rid of this or to have something happen. The essence of the soul of the system is to create a perfect child, is to create a perfect man. Nowadays, you go and get the test tube baby with your physical sperms and eggs. There, we create a condition of the perfect life within the structure for those souls who care to create that, what we call the next generation. They create the next generation not for them to be theirs to hold and to love and to imprison the child to the position of the what we call physical, mental condition of what they want, but we allow the soul to take its own dimension and its strength. We allow the condition of the position of the soul to be decided by the soul itself and not interact with the womb of the mother, that it has to manifest itself in the shape of the man or the other. In the coming time, mankind will be part of it. Mankind will become the totality of it. Mankind will come to understand how much, to what extent man has a need to change. The new enhancement units are the window to the future of the life of the man. The new enhancement units are the window to the changes for the man to come. The new, what we call vision enhancement unit, are there to create the condition for man to see the first journeys through the dimension of physicality, where he will see through the eye of the soul, but not eye of the man. Those are knowledge seekers and people who will use the new vision enhancement unit in so many ways will see the vision of the soul, and where they might receive the repairs of the vision side of the mind. This is what we want. This is what we plan. This is what is to come. Gradually creating the condition that the man slowly become to understand the time of the change has come. The time of understanding the truth about oneself has come. And the time for man to change has come. To change into the dimension of understanding. For man to change in the dimension of being the true man of the Creator, which means to be part of the ethos of the life in the universe. To do good, to act good, and to think good. When you think good, you cannot do wrong. When you think good, you cannot do anything which could be outside the boundaries of understanding. And when you do good, you do nothing to harm the soul. The thinking, the doing, and the kind of the living is part of the process of the creation. And when there are all three in perfection, you live the life of the Creator. Then you understand what it means. I made man in the image of myself. I don't do wrong. I don't think wrong. And I don't talk or do anything else wrong, as I take what I need at the time of my need. I have said this in the position of the beginning to the end, even with the setting up of the Keshe Foundation. Those of you who are close inside the Keshe Foundation, I take what I need, and everything goes in for the others and what is needed to be taken. This is not just a teaching, it's the way of living. It's the way that I take what I need to live the process of comfortable life, but all is there for the others to be able to take to do. And when one takes from it, it means the other will suffer with it. When one steals from it, is when the others suffer from it. The Keshe Foundation structure is set that way by the principle of the Creator. I was explaining this to people of authorities a few times in the past years. I close all my banking system around the world that no one can tell. He takes what he needs, hides here and hides there. Everything goes to the foundation. And I take what is needed, and everything the foundation makes goes into it. I don't live a life of poverty just for the others. I live a life of good that I can do good for the others to do good. I wonder how many of you could live that life. Unless you live by correct conduct of the process of the living. This is the way it has to be. This is the way we live by example. And this is the way through our example, through our soul, we teach the man to live the same process. God has no banks, but he banks on his creatures and what he has created, and the souls which has been from him live the same process. You take what you need, and from it, the rest is there for the rest to take. Then with that process, You don't need to do wrong. You don't need to think wrong, and you don't need to even talk. The process of the understanding is simple. If the man understands the process of the Creator's work, we do the same thing in the enhancement unit. We give as much as the soul can take. Those of you who have used the new enhancement units and the processes of it, the technology of it, are fully aware of. It comes to the point I cannot take anymore. Why? Why can't you take it? Because you do not want to face the next step, where if it is with you, you should fear no change that you cannot take. But you feel it's there for you to give, not to take. Until you don't understand that process, the system doesn't work. It's the knowledge of the universe, it's the knowledge of the soul, and we interact with your soul. When the physicality says I had enough, it means I cannot accept the change. I cannot be part of it. Because this way I can confirm my existence, that I suffered, that I lived. The process of the creation from now on becomes simple, where we start life in the dimension of the soul. So we do not steal from the physicality in the womb of the mother from the mother. We don't become a sucker. We don't become somebody to be dependent on. And when you are a soul in the dimension of life, you take from the field of the universe. I tried to bring this knowledge to you, even in a simple position of the creation of the Magrav system. When you use the Magrav system, you don't create energy. You take energy from the universe. When you plug it into the wall, you nanocode the wires. You take from the environment what you need. When there is no consumption, the wires don't need to produce. You take what you need. The first principle of the creation for man to understand was introduced through Magravs to you. But you only got stuck with the physical dimension, how much more I can pay less to be able to do other things. The whole process of Magrav system is to create energy, and at the same time as you connect it to your house, you take what you need from your own essence, even your own soul walking into the house, that it gives to the cooker and the heater and the light. But man again never understood, never wanted to understand, because then there was something wrong. If you look at every product Keshe Foundation has put out over years, has a connection with the working of the balance of the environment and the soul. And the only thing anybody has been interested in is, would it take my pain? Would it give me cheaper electricity? Would it do this? Would it do that? You haven't asked yourself one question. Would it make me a better man to give, to find balance? When you have a headache, you have an energy which you don't need. You use the system just to transfer it to the patch or to the pen or whatever else. But you don't look at it the other way. Did I need to have a headache? What's the cause of? Why do I live in the dimension of physicality? To be able to suffer in a physical dimension. Why can't I raise the level of my soul that in that position will sort out the headache which I have created myself from the energies which will take from me? You take energy from the food, you give your energy to the pen. Why can't you give that energy to your stomach as a food and get rid of the pain and the headache? The headache of the man, in truth, is his own lack of understanding about the creation and the purpose of his creation. Maybe today's teaching opened your eyes into a new dimension, and then the beginning of another cycle. Think how you can create children of the man in a dimension of the soul first, and then see how you can allow it to grow to a physical dimension in the womb of the mother or outside. The knowledge is in the hand of the man. The totality of the cycle of creation is within the man. And then you will understand the true virgin birth through interaction of the souls, and not in the dimension of physicality. I'll leave this big teaching for you to contemplate. Try to understand it, and then add it to the other teachings of the past few weeks, and try to see if you have matured. If you have matured to see the truth and to understand it, and to come to the point that you do not live in the dimension of physicality this earth, but you leave this planet in the dimension of the soul. Maybe then you understand, if the soul of the moon accepts you, you shall be there in no time. No need for flying systems and no need for anything else. But till then, we give you a helping hand. Till you learn to walk through the dimension of the soul, we give you that hand out to carry you like a father does to his toddler as he starts walking. Rick, if we can go to show the same video again once more, and then go to a commercial break and we come back, please. Have I quartered you somewhere? Are you still with us?
Thank you, Mr. Keshe. I just had to turn my mic on there. Yes, we'll get that ready to go.
The whole process of the teaching of today is for mankind to understand how kind the Creator has been to him, and he has denied his kindness. He has denied the love of the Creator. We can see your screen, Rick, or chat. We can see the chat of KSSI workshop.
Okay, there we go. Okay, thank you, Mr. Keshe, and we'll be back in a few minutes with the remainder of the 405th Knowledge Seekers Workshop. Yes, go ahead.
Can I ask Knowledge Seekers, you listened to this at the beginning, you had the teaching, and listen to it again now, and see if it has the same meaning at the beginning, now that you have the knowledge, what it means, what is there to be delivered. Thank you very much, Rick. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. Okay, we'll play that now.
In the world of creation, we had the two extremes, except in the case of the Creator Amitra, where we could never bring the functionality of the soul within the functionality of physicality. We had the physicality hidden within the soul, or soul within the physicality, or in conjunction of the two, one would never had the understanding of the totality, where we could transit but exist in both directions. With The new cycle, this is what Einstein said: when you turn one atom, the other atom changes. This new dimension will blow that field which commonly exists between all the cells of the universe into that position, which means all the created things, as a gift from the Creator in a way, become able to transmute between the two dimensions. There's a reason for this, and it's taken a long time for it to be done, and it has reached its pinnacle, and it will be completed. It's already in the process of being completed. Was to take from the essence of the soul of every created things of the time, beginning of time, an essence of the creation of the soul or the center, and create a new creature which carries all the essence of the created in the new soul, which can with it go from the soul of the Creator to the soul of physicality of Mitra. This is what the whole knowledge is. The Creator is the universe, and Mitra the dimension of physicality and its behavior towards the dimension of physicality. And with a new system, every creature in the universe will have the understanding of the capability to transmute between the two. This has a lot of implication for all races in the universe, because now they all become the same. In the coming time, we will see even change in the position of galaxies, position of universes. Many systems will move due to the changes which has been brought. Man doesn't have that knowledge as such to monitor, but we'll have the knowledge to see, we'll have the time to see that with the new fields, as we call it, a lot of things will move in the right position to keep that ability to change between the two. That you don't need to kill to keep the physicality going, you don't need to steal. And the soul does not need to be encaged or to escape, to be out on its own, to be able to confirm its existence. And this this process will complete very soon. That the whole of universal community will be able to have the benefit of the two, both in the dimension of energy or matter, which never existed. When we released the soul, we had to get rid of the physicality. You call it death. When we brought the soul, you had to give it the physicality, and you go through the dimension of the birth, and then you have the whole commotion of bringing the two. With a new system, both soul and the soul of physicality work together in the existence of dimension. We expect a massive change in the physical characteristics of human race in the coming century, because we change into the emotion of the physicality. The way, as I said many times, but many never understood, Indians and Pakistanis were the same, till one chose to take different kind of energy in the other one, and we see change of the feature. Now, with the balance between the soul of the man and the soul of physicality of man, many of us will change feature, without a shadow of a doubt. Man will change the faces of anger, man will change the faces of hate, man will change the face of warmongering, because we get satisfied in the field of it. And this is part of what will be and what has already started, and the completion of will be the birth of Mitra. Physical completion of birth of Mitra in a physical dimension, not in myths. And then we have the soul of the Creator, which the two will complete the cycle. And then, as I said very recently to one of the listeners, then we'll see if Adam will eat from the apple of love and giving it. And then we'll see how humanity will change. And the whole creation will change. We are at the verge of that change. Much, much closer than anybody could think of, not only a human race.
Water is the foundation of our life. It is part of every living creature. Pure water gives you the energy of nature. Now you can have this energy in your home. The Keshe Foundation Alkalizer and Energizer is designed for your daily well-being. It increases the pH of the water so your body can absorb more oxygen and stay in its natural condition during the day. Keshe Foundation Alkalizer and Energizer. Be pure like the water.